Welcome back into the Sports Source. The law offices of Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill hope that you will have a wonderful Christmas and a peaceful holiday season. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from the law offices of Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill. Want to let you know that coming up this afternoon on Overtime, we will be taking part in the airing of grievances. We each have one thing to grumble about in terms of the college sports world, and then we are going to hand out gifts for UT sports figures. I've given these guys one instruction. You can give out a gift to anyone, any gift to anyone. So we'll be discussing that and airing our grievances on SportsSource.tv later this afternoon. Follow me on Twitter at SportsSourceTV, and I will tell you when that segment is posted this afternoon. I also want to remind you, coming up this week, or actually next week, Music City Bowl preview shows. We have two of them. Now, next Sunday is Christmas Day, obviously. So we actually air late Christmas night. Okay, so instead of 11 o'clock on the 25th, we run at 12:05 a.m. Christmas night, which is actually December 26th. That's here on Channel 6. That's a 1-hour Music City Bowl preview. You'll want to set your DVRs, or if you're a late night owl, sit up and watch it. December 29th, that being the following Thursday, I think, 7 o'clock on Fox 43. We will be there, 30-minute show previewing the bowl. Now, these are two different groups of panelists, two different shows. Set your DVR or join us live next week, either here or on Fox 43 or both. That's what you need to do. Yeah. Okay, two questions here about football as we wind this thing down. Here we are as in olden days, only we're not. Let's take a look here. You see there the Vols averaged a 10-2 record during their decade of dominance in the 90s. Quickly, will Tennessee ever get back to such happy golden days of yore, as the song has it?
I hate to say never, but I think it's highly unlikely. And when you're talking about that's a pretty special decade. I remember going back and looking at Tennessee through the decade, starting in 1950. Tennessee never finished higher than 5th in the SEC in any decade in terms of wins, except the 90s. That's it. They've usually been 5th in every decade. So I would say highly unlikely they will get back to what they did in the 90s.
Now you can, and we've done this before, if you look at it like 10 years from the 5s to the 5, but if you're looking strictly decade by decade, Yep. Oh, so let me ask it this way. Do you ever think they'll have a 10-year stretch like this again? Still tough.
Not in this modern era
Average
of college.
10-2.
No, I don't see it. I just, for a 10-year, for a decade long, to maintain that, when you're having two rotating opponents with the West Division, as strong as that is. We know things go in cycles, but I just don't see Tennessee being able to get back to that level of dominance.
You've also had about 20 more Division I programs pop up in that time. I think that, coupled with the scholarship limitations, which have finally hit, television, now you can go anywhere and play on television. You don't have to sit on the bench at Alabama or Tennessee. You can go somewhere else. I think all of that makes it difficult to hit that again. Bob, do you think they'll ever hit that level over a 10-year stretch again?
No, and I think one reason is, too, the way programs churn coaches these days. If you remember back during the 90s, Florida and Tennessee had the best coaches in the SEC. I think you can't argue that. The other SEC programs countered Florida and Tennessee by, we're going to get better coaching, okay? This guy's got 3 years, he doesn't turn around, we're going to get a better coach. And you saw programs improve themselves. So I don't think you're going to see programs sit back and just take 4 wins, 5 wins, 6 wins a season for 5 seasons before they make a move. And I think that's a big reason for that dominance was Florida and Tennessee had the 2 best coaches in the SEC at that time.
3 if you go back, because 3 of those first seasons in the 90s were
Johnny
majors as well.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't know that they'll – I think they will at some point get back to that 10-year stretch. What I don't think they'll do, I don't think they'll ever hit a 4-year stretch like 95, 98 where they go 45-5 again. That's Nick Saban, that's Urban Meyer. There are 2 people who can do that in this day and age, and you don't have either one of those guys, and I don't know where you find them either. Okay, next question. Finally, as they say in the movie Miracle on 34th Street, faith, she's pulling his beard there, faith is believing in something when common sense tells you not to. This is our last question, guys. Give me a percentage. If you take the fans and the heat and the new athletic director, take all that stuff out of the equation. This is simply Butch Jones, the football coach. What percentage, 0 to 100, faith do you have in Butch Jones' ability to win a championship, an SEC title, not an East, an SEC title, at Tennessee? Where is your faith right now in Butch Jones? Taking all that other stuff out of it. If he has all the time in the world, could he do it?
If he has all the time in the world, can he do it? I think it'd be 50-50 at best, but I'm going to come in under 50-50 and say 60-40 against him.
Okay, so you 40% believe
40% believe he can
do
do
it.
it. 60% just don't think he can.
I'm actually way lower than that because Saban's in this conference. And I just don't know how you're going to beat him to take away an SEC championship. So I would go much lower than that. I'd be more like 10 or 20%.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was probably around 25% as far as what I thought, but now, I mean, I'm not going to say 0, but I'm going to say less than 10%. You know, I just don't, there's too many factors involved, and I don't see that happening here.
If you gave him enough time, then maybe Saban retires.
Outlast them.
You outlast him. And I get let's rephrase it then, because we got a minute here. Let's rephrase that. Let's take Saban out of the equation.
My percentage goes up.
All right, let's take Saban out. What is the percentage you believe he
I'm
can win a
still at
championship?
40%. I wasn't taking Nick Saban
Okay,
into
so you don't think,
consideration.
you just don't believe in him.
I just don't see it from the things I've seen out of 4 years. Means it's not, doesn't mean it's impossible. I just don't see it.
I'd probably come up to Bob's number.
About 40?
But about 40, almost 50-50. But
Yeah.
who has been able to win when Saban's here? Now you take him out, and now I think that opens the door for a lot of different programs, including Tennessee.
Yeah,
So I'd be up there
yeah.
close to 50-50.
I'm 50-50, Chuck, but the thing is, I'd be 50-50 with Brett Bielema, with Jim McElwain. I mean, I got Kevin Sumlin. Hugh Freeze took a step back. Dan Mullen. I don't know who I would rank as really in this league, aside from Saban, who that is that far ahead of Butch Jones. That's not defending Butch Jones. That's just saying if the goal is, well, we need somebody to beat Saban. Okay, I don't see anybody else in there that's doing it regularly either.
Gus Malzahn did it once.
He did it once.
Can he do it again?
He did it once with a team that was built to run when he landed there. He had
Yeah.
helped build it before.
Now he's got a transfer quarterback that might be an answer, maybe. But Malzahn, to me, might have the best chance because he has done it before.
All right, you stay at 40. I'm about 50. You're about 50. If you take Saban out of it,
Probably 25%. I'm still just not.
You don't believe
I
in
just think it's too tall of a hill to climb.
you just
I
don't
really
have faith in him.
Yes, I really do. I mean, that's the way I feel.
So you would rank, okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
You would rank him then behind do you have better feelings about Bielema's and those guys?
No, it's just right now, it's the situation you're trying to take on to accomplish that. And I just don't see some of what Bob said.
Okay.
With the schemes and some of the other things and the impact on the games. I think Butch Jones is
Fair
going to
enough.
win a couple of games he's not supposed to and lose a couple of games he's not supposed to.
Fair enough. Okay, gentlemen, thanks to all of you. Merry Christmas to all of you. Thanks to all of you for watching. We appreciate it. Overtime will be up later this afternoon at sportsource.tv. Follow me on Twitter. I'll tell you when. And although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas from us to you. Have yourself a good one.
I'll drink to that.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
The Sports Source is brought to you by Fast Frame with Heather Whiteside Art now available.